Hi everyone, my name is Andrea, and today I will be covering topics in Chapter 2, National Differences in Political Economy, that will be on our first midterm. The topics that I will be going over are types of legal systems, contract law, property rights and corruption, intellectual property and protection, how political systems of countries differ, and how managers determine a market's overall attractiveness. So let's begin by talking about the different types of legal systems. There are three types of legal systems: the common law system, which is based on tradition, precedent, and custom; the civil law system, which is based on a very detailed set of written laws and codes; and the theocratic law system, which is based on religious teachings. The contract law in every legal system is different. A contract law is a body of law that governs contract enforcement. In a civil law system, contracts are much shorter and less specific since most of the issues were already covered in the civil code. On the other hand, in the common law system, contracts are much more detailed with all of the contingencies spelled out. This makes it much more expensive to draft contracts and can make disputes very opposing. However, it has the advantage of greater flexibility in allowing judges to interpret a contract in light of a situation. Let's move on to the topic of property rights. Property rights refers to a bundle of legal rights over the use to which a resource is put and over the use made of any income that may be derived from that resource. There are two ways in which property rights can be violated. First is through private action, which is the violation of property rights through theft, piracy, blackmail, and the like by private individuals or groups. Next is through public action, which is the violation of property rights when public officials, such as politicians, extort income, resources, or the property itself from property holders. High levels of corruption can cause a reduction of international trade, economic growth, and foreign direct investment. Property rights also includes intellectual property. Intellectual property is property that is the product of intellectual activity. Examples of this would be computer software, screenplays, and music scores. There are many ways in which we can protect our intellectual property. Patents grant the inventor of a new product or process exclusive rights to the manufacture, use, or sale of that invention. Copyrights are exclusive legal rights of authors, composers, playwrights, artists, and publishers to publish and dispose of their work as they see fit. Trademarks are designs and names, often officially registered, by which merchants or manufacturers designate and differentiate their products. An example of this would be Christian Dior clothes. Next is the topic of how political systems of countries differ. A political system is defined as a system of government in a nation that shapes a country's economic and legal systems. It's assessed by two factors: the degree to which a country emphasizes collectivism as opposed to individualism, and the degree to which a country is democratic or totalitarian. To elaborate more on the first degree, collectivism is a political system that stresses the primacy of collective goals over individual goals. Collectivism equates to socialism, which advocates state ownership of the basic means of production, distribution, and exchange. Modern-day socialism can be seen through the actions of communists, who believe socialism can be achieved only through revolution and totalitarian dictatorship, and social democrats, who are committed to achieving socialism by democratic means. The first degree also talks about individualism, which is an emphasis on the importance of guaranteeing individual freedom and self-expression. To elaborate on the second degree, democracy is a political system in which government is by the people, exercised either directly or through elected representatives. Democracy is often associated with individualism, and today democracy is seen through representative democracy, which is when citizens periodically elect individuals to represent them. The second degree also talks about totalitarianism, which is a form of government in which one person or political party exercises absolute control over all spheres of human life, and opposing political parties are prohibited. Last but not least is the topic of how managers determine a market's overall attractiveness. The attractiveness of a country as an investment site or a market depends on the overall long-term benefits of doing business in that country against the costs and risks. Countries that are attractive to managers have a market-based economic system, democratic political institutions, strong legal systems that protect property rights, and corruption control. I hope you all found this presentation to be informative and helpful. Thank you for listening, and good luck on the midterm.